Welcome to the introduction to the Climate Technology Pre-accelerator information session. My name is Ben Margolis, and I'm going to walk through a few slides just to give you kind of a high level of who we are, what we're doing here, and then we can have an open dialogue on any questions you may have. So, high level, the Climate Tech Pre-accelerator program. The idea here is that you join. It's a part-time accelerator program for students, faculty, entrepreneurs, or alumni of the Maryland system or any school within the state, from any Maryland-based company, research institution, school, or federal lab. Specifically, what we're going to be doing this summer is exploring potential markets for the climate technology innovation and doing what's called a customer discovery process to get product market fit. So high level, who am I? That's a better picture of myself and better times. I'm the commercialization manager here at the Maryland Energy Innovation Accelerator. I work with our teams that we have coming into the program, help them recruit their mentors and energy executives and residents. I help them kind of project manage through the process over our Launchpad and Accelerator programs, and I also instruct our Pre-accelerator program. In addition, we will be joined by two or possibly more I-Corps instructors. Dan Kunitz runs the I-Corps program at the University of Maryland, and he is currently hiring for, and I think has a couple of candidates for, another instructor or two that will be joining us for our Pre-accelerator program this summer. So what's the point of this? Why go through it? Well, basically the whole premise of this is that commercializing climate-based technologies is hard. Even with the best technology, you need the right network to get into the market and penetrate a very, markets can be pretty difficult to actually penetrate. And that means having that right team and that right contact, the right contacts. Ultimately, part of the point of this is you can never, you can't do a startup alone. It is more often than not all about finding the right people, putting them on the bus and setting a direction and going forth. And part of the point of this program is bringing in potential guidance, potential mentors, and potential teammates that could help support commercializing your technology, getting more exposure into the market, and going forth to better understand what that product market fit could be. So what is the Pre-accelerator program in a nutshell? Well, basically, you're in the middle here as the startup team, likely, it might just be one person. Part of what we bring in here and our primary value add is our industry mentor, or as we may call them, energy executives in residence, or EEIRs. This is a person from industry that has at least 10 years of experience in your industry that is custom recruited to join our program to mentor your technology or startup. We directly match you based on where you think you are, what you want to do, what you want to accomplish through the program. We provide programming over the course of the summer to teach and understand how to go to market, how to ask questions, how to listen, and how to understand, really where your product can be successful. We provide oversight and feedback, and that is direct. We will have bi-weekly facilitated meetings where we go through feedback and provide direct oversight there. And most importantly, throughout the course of the program, you will get market validation, ideally, or better yet, invalidation, which is better because you don't know, you know where not to go, which is almost easier in some cases. So the program, again, we provide the industry mentor matching. We then go through an introduction to customer market feedback, including a couple of tools, the business model canvas being the primary one, which if you're not familiar with that, you will be by the end of the program. We go through what hypothesis generation can look like, and if you're interviewing customers, what those interviewing strategies look like and approaches to interviews, and then go through the actual feedback to try to dissect and decipher what that could mean for your business. The actual schedule. So as I said, what we're going to be doing is alternating between 2-hour sessions and a facilitated mentor meeting where you're meeting one-on-one with myself or one of the instructors, with your mentor. So that way you can assure that you're going to be having that one-on-one time, getting that industry feedback, and getting an understanding of how you can move your business forward. We'll be going through the business model canvas overview initially, then getting into what are different customer segments and how do you present your value proposition to them, and what is that value proposition. And then we're going to try to get into feedback presentations, understanding what your interviews mean, and then what that could mean for your business model. Potential outcomes here. So the goal of this program is to get at least 20 customer discovery interviews. That is our hope and intention for every team. The goal is also to have 3 iterations of the business model canvas. This includes, scratching, crossing out potential segments, rewriting others, understanding where revenues or the business model could look, and writing up new potential partners that will develop as you get further into the market. And yeah, obviously getting business specific feedback from your mentor, and gaining a stronger potential understanding of your technology or product. And then post this program, part of the idea of this program is that it's a potential feeder for the Maryland Energy Innovation Accelerator program, whether that's a launch pad or accelerator, or the University of Maryland I-Corps, National I-Corps, or the MTech Ventures Incubator, which is in College Park, or the Chesapeake Bay Seed Capital Fund, which could potentially make an investment into startups that are participating here. The overall time commitment, again, this is part-time. So we estimate between 3 to 5 hours a week for, a couple of either 1 to 2 hours of either the instructional time that we've set up or the facilitated mentor meetings. We estimate about an hour of interview outreach or potential mentor discussions, and 1 to 2 hours of customer discovery interviews per week. This is probably the bare minimum. A lot of this stuff, like a lot of these things, you get out of it what you put in. So it's all relative. This is the minimum. I think we would encourage people to do more, but again, this being part-time, I think this is what we estimate would be satisfactory and get you to where you need to go. So who should apply? Who's eligible? We're looking at really anybody within the state that is an entrepreneur, faculty, researcher, student, or alumni of Maryland, and the technology or innovation you're working on creates positive environmental benefits, specifically reducing greenhouse gases or reducing pollution, and is a relatively early stage. If you're familiar with technology readiness levels or TRL ratings, we estimate it to be a 1 to 3. That just basically means it could be very conceptual at that stage. TRL 1 is basically idea stage. TRL 3 is initial proof points. But still, the idea is that it's very early. You need to get that feedback to understand industry. We have had technologies that are more developed, and that's okay too. I don't think we don't disqualify anybody for this stage of technology development. I think the most important thing here is likely 1, that you're in the state of Maryland, and 2, that you have some kind of an environmental benefit that would satisfy greenhouse gas or pollution reduction goals. So lastly, important dates. The application due date is April 30th. It's a very short application, about 15 minutes, and it shouldn't take that long. We had encouraged people to apply early because it's rolling admissions, and part of our process being industry matching. That takes longer, especially if you want to find a really good industry mentor. And we can have several rounds of mentor matching along the way. And then we estimate notification of award May 15th and kickoff on May 31st. Basically, we spend a month scrambling to find everybody industry mentors, and then kick off May 31st. So that is it for me. Questions? I am going to stop sharing here, and we can have a discussion now. And actually, I'm going to stop the recording as well, so that way we can have a more open discussion, if that's okay.